Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Today, I'm going to do the much promised reading on Andrew and Fergie. Like, what's going on there? They were married for 10 years, and since they've been divorced, they've actually still been together. And fair on them. Royal odd couple. I mean, sure, they made their mistakes, they had to get divorced. But they've stood by each other through thick and thin. So are they better friends than lovers? Some people are like that. Some people are like that. But they've lived together. Neither one of them have ever had another significant relationship. Fergie has stood right by Andrew through all of the controversies that he's gone through, the loss of his royal duties, and she's still there through thick and thin. So, because this is kind of is it a romance or is it just a story of friendship? And there's a bit of like what's really going on. I'm using the fantastic Menagerie tarot. This is a great deck by other tarot readers will be the Baba Studios. And I love their cards. They're just so big. So I've got to be careful what kind of reading I do so you can see. But they're beautiful, beautiful cards if you've never seen them before. And they have no nudity, so I don't have to worry about putting any stones or rocks on anything. I just thought this was the deck that jumped out to me to do this reading about Fergie and Andrew. What's really going on there? Are they just friends? Are they lovers? Do they share a bedroom? Do they just live in separate parts of the house? Because initially, after they divorced, they were living together for the children, creating a home for the children. And then, of course, the children, Beatrice and Eugenie, moved out and have their own children now. And now they're creating a home for the grandchildren. So it's like these two just are enjoying being roommates, or are they more than roommates? Let's see what's going on. Fergie and Andrew, what's their real relationship like? What's going on here? What's going on with Andrew and Fergie? Andrew and Fergie. Give us some energy reading. What's going on with their present? What's a bit of the future coming up for them? What's going on, Andrew and Fergie? What's going on? Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. What's a good energy read with Andrew, Sarah Ferguson? Let's do an energy read, present and future. Present. Oh, cards are ready. Yeah, they're ready. Oh, that was a hesitant cut. Okay. Oh, 3 of Wands in reverse. I don't think either one of them are looking for anything more in the future. I think they're kind of just happy where things are. I don't think they have any plans to change anything in the future. 3 of Wands in reverse. Oh, death. Something's going to transform here. And if you go back to my reading about Andrew, things are going to transform for him. 5 of Swords. They're arguing a little bit. They're winning the battles, but they're losing the war. I mean, let's face it, they've been through a lot. Each of them. Neither one of them are innocent from claiming any kind of decorum or just they're both have messed up. I'm trying to say it without swearing, but they both have messed up. 3 of Swords in reverse. Whatever heartbreak they've had, they're over it. The swords have been able to fall away. If there was a third person, I'm going to put the last card down, then we'll get into the read. Ace of Cups. Yeah, they have had lots of tears. Ace of Cups in reverse. This is the tears and tears and tears. This also, look, interesting, this Ace of Cups is an egg indicating pregnancies. And in reverse, though, what does it have to do with the children and the pregnancies? Three of Wands. Maybe they were just together to have the children, and that was it. Because Three of Wands upright is looking towards the future. You've set your ship off to sail, and now you're waiting for the goods to come back. So this is looking towards the future. And in the reverse, I'm wondering if they just had an agreement to have children. You know what? You pop out a couple of kids for me, and I'm good. And maybe that was the agreement, because after the children, they almost didn't have any kind of future, and they did divorce. Well, they were married for 10 years. And it almost looked like at the end of those 10 years, they were living separate lives. Separate but the same. And then we have Death and Three of Swords. So if there was a third person, and there was in Fergie, remember those toe-sucking pictures, and there was some and this almost looks like Andrew finding Fergie and her lover, and that was flashed all over the papers. They've transformed that with the Death card here. They've transformed that indiscretion that Fergie had, and who knows how many indiscretions Andrew has had, right? Is this Andrew having his indiscretions that were plastered all over the paper? So I think with the Death and the Three of Swords here, I think they both have transformed that and gotten over it. If Three of Swords was still upright, I'd say, oh, they're still arguing about that, because the Five of Swords is in between. But the with it in reverse, and they've transformed it, I think they're both over the indiscretions that have happened, or they transform them. They do argue about them, because here we have the Five of Swords. Here you could almost see presenting evidence. Look what I found. And yeah, sorry about that. And interesting too, this card has this box open. Do they fight about money a lot? About who pays for what, who's spending on what? Do they combine their finances? Because according to this article that I was reading in, what is it, the Sun or the Globe, she's the breadwinner as they still shack up 3 decades after scandalous divorce. I find that hard to believe, because Fergie's been always really terrible with money. But maybe she does make more money than he does right now. I think they have a tendency to fight over money, and fight over the girls, because we have the Ace of Cups here and the Three of Wands. I think they might fight over the grandchildren, fight over the girls, but there is some kind of argument here with the Five of Swords. Yeah, and maybe even some, please stop doing things that put us in the paper. Like, can we just transform this already? Can we just stop it? So there's some arguments about the children, possibly about the grandchildren, and about money, and about the just indiscretions. That's the word I'm saying. But with this Ace of Cups in reverse too, I'm not thinking this is a love story. I think this is a transactional relationship. The Chariot on top of the Death. Yeah, something's transforming here. Somebody might be on the move. And I've done a read, and they are not going to move from Royal Lodge. But they are going to transform something very soon here with the Chariot. Ooh, the Devil in reverse on Five of the Swords. Ooh, I wonder if one of them has some kind of addictions. I know it. I can't really say what I want to say with this Devil in reverse. They're trying to let go. They're trying to shake something off, but they're still fighting about it a lot. There's still some battles. And again, I'm getting the feeling like they have little battles, but they aren't winning the war. So they win these little battles, but they aren't winning the war. There still might be some things that come out. I know just recently there were some sort of emails that came out. But I see they really want to move past this. but maybe they don't know what. 8 of Swords. Yeah, they aren't victims anymore. 8 of Swords upright is being a victim, is being fenced in, um, um, feeling like you're a little bit on the outside of things rather than being in the in. And they are really trying to transform that with the 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. They're trying to get over that, get over, the disappointment, the heartbreak, the betrayal, all of that. They really are trying to shed that. Absolutely, with the devil in reverse, they are trying to shed that, and they're trying to actually, maybe they might be pushing it a little bit too hard. They may have to go a little bit slower to make it a little bit more believable. 10 of Swords in reverse, yeah. You know what? They've hit rock bottom, and they're trying to pick themselves up and dust themselves off and heal. They're really trying to heal this with the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords upright is ruin, betrayal, being stabbed in the back, hitting rock bottom, no options. When it's in reverse, you can get up. People stop stabbing you in the back. You get up, you dust yourself off, you start to heal. You start to make better decisions for yourself. Ooh, 9 of Wands upright. Yeah. They're in battle, but you know what? They're coming back, man. They are. And I did that reading that Prince Andrew is coming back. And look at this card. He has that Superman cape on that he wore at the coronation. Why was he allowed to wear that? Was that a subtle hint that Prince Andrew is coming back, or not as a royal? Don't at me, not as a royal. Look at him holding this wand up high. I think he's passionate about getting his name back, about turning that ship around. This 9 of Wands, he's starting to win some of these battles. He's coming back very embarrassed. He's coming back with a different mental attitude. But he's like, yeah, I've battled, and I'm no longer a victim. I'm not going to cry about this anymore. I'm coming back, man, with the 10 of Swords in reverse here and the 9 of Wands. I've been through a lot. And I'm still standing. You tried to knock me down. You tried to ruin me. And in some respects he did, but he's coming back. And that was the one reading I did. You watch, after the coronation, we're going to see more and more positive, like even in today's Daily Mail, about how he's not backing down, leaving the Royal Lodge. It's like, I'm not leaving. Get over it. And this is part of the new Andrew. Page of Swords in reverse. There's still going to be some nastiness on the internet. The Page of Swords upright is news that comes through messages. And in this modern age, it can be on the internet. But the swords is words and thoughts. And so this is news that comes to you through words and thoughts. And it usually is something legal. And that's interesting. This has like an official, in this depiction, it's an official word. So maybe something from the royal family. In reverse, it's something nasty. I think he's still going to be poked at a little bit. I think they're going to take this needle sword and they're going to try and poke at him a little bit. I think there's still going to be some news about that. Trolling, people posting nasty things about him on the internet. Or in an article. This could be an article as well. But generally, that's a Page of Wands. But it can be, because it's on the internet, an article on the internet, like a blog post or something. People are still going to poke at him. But he is going to battle back from that. He's gonna either come up with some kind of he learned his lesson with that interview about never complain, never explain. He's going to come back swinging somehow. swinging somehow. And I wonder if it's going to be Sarah. It's interesting. Sarah hasn't shown up here. This is all about Andrew. So is this Sarah protecting Andrew? So let's see. 5 of Wands. I don't think they're as lovey-dovey as they make out to be. I think there's struggles there. I think there's struggles there. And one of them is a real cock. I think you can figure out which one it is. And we have this snail here too. Or it's not a snail, it's a hat. I think it is, I think they have their struggles. They really have their struggles. 5 of Coins in reverse, they're doing much better with money. They're doing much better. And also, like I said, the 5 of Coins upright is being kicked out, is not having, look at this one, is asking, please, sir, can I have an egg? No, you're not part of us. We're foxes, you're a chicken. And so it's being on the outs and not having access to funds and money. And it's in reverse. So 5 of Coins is reverse, is coming back into the fold and starting to have access to money. So I think they're definitely doing a lot better. They're doing a lot better. Knight of Wands in reverse. I'm just wondering if, like, look at what I'm getting here is the island. That's what I'm trying to say here. The island, I think they are done with that. This was upright. I'm going to say there's still some stuff coming about the island, but I think that's going to be shut down because the Knight of Wands is in reverse. Knight of Wands upright is a very active card. It's the player, it's the, wham bam, thank you ma'am kind of card. I sometimes call it in a negative sense. In reverse, the Knight of Wands isn't going anywhere. So I think that part of it, they are trying to shut down quite a bit, and they will need to if they want to move forward anymore. And I'm not saying forward as a royal, just forward in general society that people expect and respect. And here's the King of Wands. Here's the King of Wands. Who's the King of Wands? Is this what Andrew wants to be? Or is this somebody backing them up? Because this is a successful entrepreneur. This is somebody who's loyal. This is somebody who always has your back, gives you great advice. This King of Wands, somebody, because we have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands, they might be like interested in letting the firm help them out with this. Just because I see the top hat here and somebody bowing. We got somebody bowing. So I wonder if they're going to allow the firm to kind of help them out a little bit and get them, present them a little bit better, not as royals. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they've got a mentor here that is going to actually try and help them, like maybe even a PR, right? That kind of thing. 2 of Swords. There's something that they constantly struggle with. It's interesting. I was looking for the Lovers. I was looking for the 2 of Cups. I don't think this is a romantic. I think they both kind of are helping each other out here. Fergie needs a place to live. Andrew needs somebody by his side to get him through this. They're both looking after the dogs, even though they were given to Fergie. I think this is a mutual arrangement. And with this 2 of Swords here is, I don't think they're going to change it anytime soon. And that echoes the 3 of Wands in reverse. 2 of Swords is you don't want to look at your options. You're kind of blinded to your options. You don't even want to think about what your options are, and you decide not to decide. So, I think they both have decided not to decide. They both have decided not to look at other options. I was also looking for the 3 of Cups to see if there's, does one of them have a secret lover and they're just kind of covering up for each other? We're getting none of that. None of that at all. And actually here we have the Magician. I honestly, and look at that, the word inspire. I honestly think they are trying their best to turn both of their reputations around, because Fergie is an author. She has some books out. I think she wants to kind of go in that direction. And what's Andrew going to do? And it's interesting that I wrote this in the previous book. I said I wouldn't be surprised if he wrote a book. And here we have Inspire. And I wonder if it's going to be a book about how to turn your fortunes around. You know, how to go from the bottom of the barrel, Ten of Swords, ruin, and how to turn that around. And I wonder if Fergie's going to help him write this book. I wonder if he's eventually going to write a book, because I did see that in another set of cards. So I wonder if that's part of their business arrangement that they have. One more. Oh, here's the clock agrees. One more. Queen of Cups in reverse. Now, I'm wondering if they both struggle with Camilla, with this Queen of Cups here, because that would be Camilla. You know, it also could have been Diana, because Diana was a big part in their marriage. And Diana and Fergie were fabulous friends, and they had a huge falling out. And in the end there, they weren't even talking to each other. And even as both as divorcees, they had a huge falling out. And I wonder, because this Queen of Cups here has messages, and here's a book, and I'm wondering if it had something to do with messages that Diana was giving out that actually brought them together. Because I don't think this is Camilla. I don't think Camilla has a lot to do with their life. I think this is how Diana brought them together. The Queen of Cups in their mutual, I don't know, I'm not going to say hatred. Maybe just in their mutual dislike of her, or knowing what she was doing at the end. Maybe that kind of brought them together a little bit. I don't know. Three of Coins. Yeah, you know, I think they have a business plan here. I think they have a business plan here. You know, the Queen of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands here struggle. It could be a struggle with Camilla. But, you know, I would think that Andrew would have a stronger struggle with Charles. Like, where's the Emperor? Where's the King of Cups? I think Andrew would have a stronger struggle with Charles, and Charles didn't show up either for Fergie, because we asked about Andrew and Fergie. I think this is a business agreement here with the Three of Coins. I honestly think this is a business agreement. I think they were brought together over their mutual distrust. That's the word I'm looking about, over Diana and everything that happened with Diana, and the struggles that maybe they had back then with, you know, Charles and Diana. You know, let's just face it, back then it was like that Charles was the heir apparent and Andrew was the spare. And, you know, and was it like, you know, I have a child, you have a child, I have a child, you know, I get married, you get married, right? I mean, was it tit for tat? Was that kind of the struggle? And maybe part of it was the struggle with Diana and some of her emotional outbursts. Queen of Cups in reverse is cray emotional outbursts, irrational emotional outbursts. You know, so did they struggle with that? And that's kind of what brought them together, because they were both kind of fighting that. You know, something here. I honestly think it has more to do with Diana than Camilla, to be honest. I can't see how Camilla is involved in this at all, because Camilla's not really part of their history per se. And if it was Camilla, like I said, we'd see King of Cups or the Emperor here. But who knows? Who knows what's happening behind the scenes? Who knows what? Maybe Camilla's part of, getting them out of Royal Lodge, and they're blaming it on the media's blaming it on King Charles. And yet it's neither one of them. It's a crown lease. It has nothing to do with King Charles. That's all fake news. So there you go. So what's up with Fergie and Andrew? It's a business arrangement. It's a partnership of convenience. Let's put it that way. Are they lovers? Absolutely not. Do they share a same bedroom? And no, absolutely not. Do they have any plans on changing it anytime soon? Absolutely not. It works well for both of them. I don't see a third party in here anywhere, and that's all it is. It's people who are better friends than lovers, and they're making the most of it. And I think it's great for their children and their grandchildren. And that's that. And watch out, there, Andrew's on his way up. Mark my words. Mark my words. He's going to try and clean up his act. He's got somebody helping him, and don't be surprised if one day in the future there's some kind of book. There's some kind of book about his struggles, how he went from rock bottom back into the public eye. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. And I appreciate all your comments, your suggestions, your likes, your subscriptions. I honestly do, from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for watching. Take good care. Bye for now.